One thing that Jump Force does incredibly well, and it does not get enough credit for this, is stage design. The Golden Gate Bridge, the Leaf Village stage, the New Zealand stage all look fantastic, and even some of the worst looking stages in the game are far beyond what most of these games offer. Incredible visual design. So when Bandai officially released the update schedule for the game, which mentioned 3 additional stages were coming to the game, well, actually I think it only mentioned 2, but we're assuming that the 3rd DLC pack is also going to come with one, and according to data mining, that does end up coming true. I was really excited to hear that information, and while I'm not sure if we are going to get any more stages after that listed 3, I thought it would be fun to do a sort of wish list featuring each and every single series in the game. Now, I can't quite do that, at least not with specific names, because for example, City Hunter. City Hunter takes place in a real world, so there's not much room for stage variety here. We already have a lot of real world cities in the game, so a City Hunter stage would be fairly redundant, but for my cop-out answer, I'm gonna go with some location inside of Japan that isn't already covered in the game. Oh, and I do have to use another cop-out answer for Dragon Quest, because I don't know anything about their anime or manga, so I'm just gonna go ahead and say some random open field that I'm sure Dai trained in at some point. So there you go, there's my 2 cop-out answers. City Hunter and Dragon Quest, unnamed locations that would offer some form of variety. Alright, on to the main part of the list. Let's start off with the cover series, Naruto, Dragon Ball, and One Piece. With Naruto, we already got the 2 biggest locations from Naruto, at least in my opinion. We already got the Leaf Village, and we got the Valley of the End coming as additional content. So why not add a Boruto-specific stage? And if we were to do that, I would go with the village hidden in the mist. When I first saw this new and improved village in the anime, I could not help but be impressed. The modern version of this village would make for a fantastic stage. For Dragon Ball, this one's super easy. We're gonna go with West City. Yeah, we already have a lot of cities inside of Jump Force, but West City has a very specific Dragon Ball aesthetic, so it would work just fine. If you believe the data mine, I already got the One Piece stage I was looking for, which is Whole Cake Island, but if we were to get another One Piece stage, I would like to see Drum Island, just because it gives us a snow aesthetic that currently isn't covered in the game. Death Note is another easy one, because while most of the series takes place in the real world, there is another world inside of Death Note, and that's of course the Shinigami realm, which would be my choice for a Death Note stage. Jojo's Bizarre Adventure is another rough one because it takes place in the real world, but for the sake of this list, we're going to include the city that Dio and Jotaro practically tore apart during their fight, and according to the lovely people who follow me on Twitter, the city was likely Cairo, the capital of Egypt. From Yu Yu Hakusho, I'd just go with the Demon World. From Hunter x Hunter, I would go with a rare indoor stage, and I would say Heaven's Arena. Fist of the North Star is an odd one because I don't know any of the names of the locations, but just because of how iconic the scene has become, I would go with that barren wasteland, you know, the Omaya Wamu scene. At this point, that scene is become like the iconic thing of the series, so gotta give it to them. From Yu-Gi-Oh! Personally, I would prefer Duelist Kingdom, but I think a lot of people would say Battle City. I would go with the Temple of Athena for Saint Seiya. I don't know much about Rurouni Kenshin, but I do know that most of the games Kenshin is involved in also features the Inferno Crags stage, so let's go with that one. Bleach is a super easy one. You go with the Soul Society. Everyone wants to see the Soul Society in the game. I was actually kind of surprised Soul Society didn't show up as a stage, but when you consider the type of aesthetic that Jump Force was going for with its base roster and story, it makes sense that we didn't get Soul Society, but it would still be a nice piece of additional content for those Bleach fans. For Black Clover, I see a lot of people say that their ideal Black Clover stage would be Asta's home village, but when I see people say that, I can't help but think Asta's home village is just a farm with a church on it. No. I would go with the Royal Capital. Last but not least, from My Hero Academia, the obvious answer, I've said this before in the past, the UA Sports Festival Arena, or alternatively, some place on the UA grounds, and then you can stage transition into the Sports Festival Arena, but I would just go to the Sports Festival Arena and then stage transition out of there into the UA grounds or something like that. Anyway, I want to thank you so much for watching this video. What is your dream stage to be added to Jump Force? Let me know in the comment section below. If you're new around here, don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with content like that. My name has been Bilbsy, and I'll see you in the next video.